Which book you've started writing in 2011 that it's now coming to an end? Welcome, everybody. My name is Luana Bossetti, and I'm an astrologer, astrocartographer, and intuitive guide here to help you bring astrology from the sky down to earth and use it as a tool in your day to day life so that you can connect with yourself and then go out confidently in the direction of your dreams and creating the life that you desire. In this video, I want to talk about Neptune, the planet of dreams, spirituality, creativity, the god of the sea, the ruler of the sign of Pisces. We need to talk about this planet this week because it's going back direct on December 10th, 2025. What does it mean? Neptune went retrograde in the summer, in July. And when a planet goes retrograde in astrology, it's like it's moving backwards into a different sign, a different stories, even though in reality on the sky doesn't go backwards, just moves a little bit slower. And when a planet is retrograde, it's not a bad thing at all. It's actually an invitation to slow down, to go inward, and to reflect, especially in the area of your life, aka the house in your birth chart, where this planet is. For example, we're talking about Neptune. Neptune went back retrograde in Pisces. So the area of your life that contains Pisces in your birth chart might have had some reflection, some slowing down, some also shift in mindset, shift in habits. For me personally, the sixth house is the house that is ruled by Neptune and by Pisces in my birth chart. And since the summer, I've had some health challenges, and in September, when Neptune went back retrograde in Pisces, because it was in Aries a little bit before, that's when I really had to stop, slow down, and really consider how am I treating my body? Why is my body screaming with these challenges? What's the message that is trying to convey to me? And so I started going back to a different health lifestyle. I had to really work on myself, work on my body. I started seeing a massage therapist and letting go of some patterns. Like for me, it's binge eating, emotional eating that I've taken on probably since I was a child, but especially since I left Italy in 2011 when I started traveling and I quit smoking. That was when the pattern of emotional eating came. And so this chapter of Neptune back in the sixth house of Pisces was like, okay, you need to let go, let go. And I feel like the past 3 months, especially, have been a letting go, letting go, letting go, not only about weight, about illnesses, but so many things that have started for me back in 2011. So my question is, what did you start back in 2011 that is asking you to let go? Maybe a relationship, maybe a place where you have been since then, maybe certain beliefs, patterns. Look at the house in your birth chart that contain Pisces to have a little bit of a clue. And let me know in the comments below so I can help you also figure out what is something that you need to let go in the last month of Neptune in Pisces, because today Neptune moves out of retrograde, so it's back direct. So maybe you will have a little bit of clarity as well around what you are letting go, because Neptune also rules like confusion, escapism at its lowest, but at its highest, it's like connection to spirit, to the other realm, to your intuition. So when Neptune exit that retrograde, that shadow, that like dark time, clarity will come. And then we have a last month right now from the 10th of December, a month and a half, till the 26th of January 2026, when Neptune will be in Pisces. This is probably the last time, actually, without probably, the last time that you will see this in your lifetime, because Neptune moves very slowly. As I said before, 14 years for Neptune to complete their transit in a sign. And also, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So it's completion, end of a cycle. We are also in a year 9 in numerology, and we will move into year 1, which is Aries energy, when Neptune will move into Aries at the end of um, January. So we have the last month and a half to really release, let go of what no longer serves us, that we have been carrying from 2011 or maybe from 2023 when Saturn also joined the party in Pisces. So I want you really to reflect on these questions. What are you letting go of that no longer serves you? What cycles are you ending? What is the book that are you closing? Not even a chapter. It's a book. So what are you closing? Reflect on these questions and also follow me on Substack where I share a reflection as well on this. If you want and prefer to see the visual, the reading part, I link that in the show notes. But I really want to really go deeper into that. Go deeper into that in the last month and a half of Neptune. Because if you do that, if you close the cycle, then you will be ready when next year Neptune move into Aries and when it meets Saturn in February as well. Because this is an important time. It's a very important time because it's the beginning of a completely new cycle. Aries, it's the first sign of the zodiac. Aries, it's really the pioneer, the leader, the initiator. So another area of your life in your birth chart will be initiated next year. But to be able to create space from that initiation, you have to have a sort of tower moment. Maybe you've already had it, but really release, letting go, so you can create space for what you want to call in into your life, into the next chapter, into the next book. So very, very important to do that. And now I'll explain a little bit Neptune, Neptune in this new era. So Neptune in Pisces was more about, maybe you've seen in the past 14 years from 2011, more spiritual businesses have come up, more people leaning into spiritual work, compassion, magic, witchcraft, more people realizing that we are all one. We are all here in this journey in different bodies, but at our core, we are all the universe in human form. We are all one. There's no different or differences. There's no like separation. We are all one big magic, spiritual, beautiful light. So maybe this is really what happened to you from 2011. Maybe you had your dark night of the soul. Maybe you had your spiritual awakening. Maybe you came back home to yourself, to the core, the truth of who you are. But maybe you also struggle with discernment and boundaries because at its lowest, the downside of this transit is like, okay, we're all one, so we don't set boundaries, but we are here in this 3D world. So boundaries are super important to protect our energy and also being discerning if that's your intuition, of that's the fear, of that's another emotion or the voice of somebody else. So at its highest, Neptune in Pisces is really about like being one, but also knowing like that you are a spiritual being, you connect with your intuition and you use that in your life. The next transit will be a different dream. Neptune in Aries will be with us from, actually, we had a taste earlier this year, and from January 26th, 2026. So 26, 26, not a coincidence. Neptune will be in Aries until 2038. So it's a 14 years book, a new book, not even a chapter, a new book. And this is a dream of courage, freedom, new beginnings. It's about authenticity and independence. Like, how can you strengthen the relationship with yourself, with who you are? What's your identity? How can you be independent? But Aries has such a bad rap in a way because people think, oh, Aries just think for themselves. They don't want to be in a relationship. They don't care about others, but that's not true. Aries really value their independence, but also they are the best lovers. They fight for love so hard, but they want to maintain their authenticity, their independence. Aries at its best, it's a lover, a fight for love, keeping their individual person. So it's really healthy love. So, yes, that's really important to look out for. How can you like become one with yourself? How can you strengthen the relationship with yourself? Fill your cup first so you can give to others as well, so to speak. Watch out for the Lord of Neptune in Aries, which is like impulsivity, restless energy that ends in your pants. Also is doing, not able to go into stillness, and impulsive emotion, like fiery emotion. It's very important. We are moving into a more fiery and airy chapter next year with Saturn and Neptune in fire and Uranus moving back into Gemini. So there will be a lot of fiery emotions. So what's really important is that you channel and ignite and deal with your fire in a healthy way. I've just put a video on my Instagram at I am Luana Bossetti today. And actually, I'm going to share it here as well because these are my favorite ways to channel and ignite your fire. First of all, if you're a fiery person like me, I have my moon in Sagittarius, Venus, and Mercury in Aries. It's very important to really tame that fire, feel those fiery emotion in a healthy way, which is to do release ritual, rage rituals, really sweat that fire that you have within you. So then you are able to connect to it in a healthy way by connecting to your heart, by channel and transmute that fire energy into creation, into passion, into using your voice, speaking your truth in a blunt way, but still kind and compassionate way. That's very important because fire, if it goes untamed, it burns everything down. And fire and air together, they are very potent. They can spread all over and burn everything down. So make sure into the next book, into the next chapter with this Neptune in Aries, not to escape and going into impulsivity, into like really snapping at people and channel your fire in an unhealthy way to other people, but tend to your emotions, to the inner world that we learned during Pisces, tend to the inner world and really let go of this emotion in a healthy way so you can use your fire for a greatest purpose, for a greater good, to create change in this world, to be the change you want to see in this world. Very, very important because we are shifting the paradigm. We learned a lot of things during the past 11 years, also the 7 years with Uranus in uh, Earth sign, but I will talk more about this in another video. Next year, we are moving into fire and air. So if we don't tame that, you can burn yourself down, burn everything. So it's very important to remember what you've learned in this more earth and water season of stillness, grounding, regulate your nervous system, release, so that you can create the life that you desire. So yeah, reflect on the question that I share. I'm gonna put them also in my Substack. Make sure to go follow me there. The link in the show notes. Follow me on Instagram as well at I am Luana Bossetti. And I'll come back with more videos soon. So make sure to subscribe, leave a comment. And thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And I wish you a beautiful last month of Neptune in Pisces. And we'll talk soon. Peace and